Hey gang, Hammersville here. Okay, so obviously matchmaking here is a little bit tough. It's a tier 9 match. We've got CBs in the game. And here I am in the Akatsuki, which has, well, you know, for what it is, decent AA, but it's not going to hold up very well against a tier 8 CV determined to get me. So how do we play around that? Well, the first thing is you'll notice at the bottom of the screen that I've got my AA and secondaries turned off. It's really important when you're playing something that's reliant on stealth to be successful. Because if you look at the mini-map, you can see there's the red circles, which are giving us what my gun and torpedo range is. And then inside of that, there's a larger semi-opaque circle, and that's my actual detection by ships, which is 6.4 kilometers with a full stealth build. And then inside of that is a slightly more opaque circle, and that is my detection range by air, which is 2.7 kilometers. So what I want to do is I want to just keep an eye on where the planes are pretty much at all times and try to maneuver myself such that, and I'm going to intentionally ground here just to stop. I'm going to try to avoid getting detected by air, and I'm always cognizant of where those planes are and thinking about, whether I should use my smoke, or the goal is to not get shot up, especially early, which is really easy to do. But Kitakaze has different ideas. He just kind of pokes his head around the corner there, and now he can just blind fire to hit me. But since he doesn't have a lock on, he's not going to shred me, which is what normally would happen. Now you'll notice that what I'm doing is I've hit the speed boost because I want to try and change my angle, because I'm reasonably certain that his torpedoes will be on the way, and you can see Implacable has torpedo bombers heading this way. I want to make sure that any torpedoes that arrive I can avoid. Also, you probably saw their Fletchers here on this side. So at this point I'm bugging out. I'm telling my division mates, hey, I can't stay here. Our Sims pops his head out there and just he just gets whacked. I think he was trying to run away from Blishkovitz, and he probably would have done better just to stay on the other side. So now what am I doing? Well, just because of the the spotting mechanics, I've got smoke between me and the Kitakaze, or at least did. So I'm just trying to get in some shots on him while I can. And Ramagar takes down the enemy Blishkovitz. So now I'm just blind firing. It's as much art as science. Obviously he's reversed. Now it's a question of, what's he gonna do? Is he gonna continue to reverse? Is he slowing down? Probably didn't. There he is. Land a few more shells. Now I'm air spotted, so I want to get moving. I don't want to make myself an easy target. And fortunately for me, the Jungmu moved up there and kind of made himself the target. Trying to anticipate his moves. Yep, he is moving that way. I'm going to go ahead and throw some preemptive torps out. Probably not going to be necessary, but I know that the Fletcher was also out there somewhere. And Kitakaze goes down. Now you'll notice the guns on this ship. I've got 2 turrets on the rear of the ship. So what I can do in this ship, in extremis, is basically just create the slimmest possible profile. And I'll still have 2 guns, a total of 4 barrels that can fire behind me as I run away, which is really nice, because a lot of destroyers in particular will only have 1 turret up front. Not all of them. Some of them that have better firing arcs can still compete pretty strongly gun-wise, but Akatsuki and a couple of the other Japanese torpedo-reliant destroyers have this configuration, which is great for running away. So my torps didn't have quite enough range to find the Alaska, but that's alright. We're up by one ship. We're up by a little over 100 points. They do have a cap advantage, but we're working on that. You can see Chungmu is still in that cap contesting. Prince Eugen is probably going to finish Chungmu is what I'm thinking right about now in the game. Just a question of when he's able to land those shells. Chungmu's smokes don't last very long. Chungmu at this point is, although I can't see it, I'm guessing his smoke probably ran out, and I remember specifically saying to Reger and Ram, Chungmu is going down almost certainly, and then he did. Now, we've got a Hipper and a Leon able to get guns on Prince Eugen, but we didn't need that because the enemy Fletcher took care of him for us, which I was very grateful for. And you can see, again, using my detection, little circles there around my ship on the minimap, I'm just trying to stay out of range of those enemy aircraft. And I'm looking at where the Hipper is and noting the approach of the planes and kind of the angle of the approach, and just moving my ship to make sure I'm just outside of his ability to spot me. Now I've got an Alaska and a Fiji. Alaska looks to be pushing this cap. He's probably going to be able to finish off Hipper, is what I'm thinking here. You'll notice that the enemy team they're hanging tough. We've still got about a 100-point lead, but we are about to secure this cap. We've got Jutland with me and Hipper on the other side, and Alaska pushing in. And so I'm asking for help from Reger, saying, hey, can you help me with these cruisers, Alaska in particular. But he decided he was going to fire on Fiji, which I can understand. You know, Fiji is a much juicier target. It really doesn't have any armor. So we secured the cap. I'm going ahead and taking some shots on the Alaska because his guns weren't rotating very fast, even once he determined he wanted to try to shoot at me. So now I know he's going to move in there. He's going to try and position himself to be able to secure the cap. So he's probably going to hide on the other side of the island there. And it's just a question of when he's going to be able to use that radar.
All stations, proceed to capture that area.
So we've still got the Fletcher out there, and somewhere we've got a Leningrad on the other team. There he is. He's up there in the Charlie 9, somewhere in that area. RCV's got him spotted, despite the fact that he killed RCV. RCV is trying to make him pay before those planes are gone. Reger, I had called out a little bit ago, hey Reger, you know, you've got that Fletcher over there, you need to turn. Well, didn't turn enough. He was still focused on the Fiji, I think. Now I'm looking at the Alaska here, and he's moving forward, and I'm expecting the radar anytime, and I'm saying to myself, I got to position myself so that he could maybe get off one shot, and I got to create a juicy target for him. I got to give it. So I'm going to slow down here so I can make sure I can get my torps through this gap. I go ahead and hit my speed boost. Okay, so now he's got me radared, and I'm thinking, okay, I want him to feel like maybe he can get a shot on me. And if he does, he might continue to accelerate in the hope of getting that shot. So you see I'm going to angle back out a little bit. I want him to feel like he can get a shot on me. And then I'll push in here and try to get Leningrad. So, really hoping that Alaska falls for my little trap there. And it turns out temptation to shoot me was just too strong, and he did push up, and he paid for that. So now I've got to try and gun down a Leningrad, which that's no easy feat. Leningrad's got great guns. It's really fast, but this guy, I think he was a little too focused on trying to line up his torps. I'm expecting a torp drop, so I'm just angling to provide myself as much opportunity as possible to avoid the torpedoes that I'm expecting. There they are. Little wiggling here. Oh, that was close, but I made it. And now you can look at the top of the screen and see that we've got 5 ships. They're down to just their CV. This is all but over, and we're only 10 minutes in. This highlights, I think, pretty well the kind of the abilities and the what's the best way to describe it? The tool set, the toolbox that the Akatsuki has. It's got long-range torps for its tier. It's 10 kilometer. They hit really hard. If you're able to land some, you can do a lot of damage. Thanks a lot for watching. Really appreciate it, and I'll see you next time.